It's time for Dodger Baseball!
Despite the fight of your team over the end, were you disappointed a little bit with some of the fundamental mistakes in the game today?
Well, we made mistakes and paid for them. So, we played to the end, which is encouraging, but still we get beat. And you want to get beat with a cleaner effort than that.
Fifth inning, with the play in the field, but then Dylan, what went into your thought process in leaving him in to try and finish off that inning?
I don't know, maybe him striking out Betts had something to do with it. I mean, it's what he strikes out Betts, I'm going to take him out of the game. Come on, man.
But his pitch count did get up high in the inning. I mean,
Yeah, they did. And but it's also his runs, his inning, and there's some tough calls. That wasn't a tough call. I mean, you can't strike out Betts there and think, boy, we got a better option in the bullpen. I mean, if you do, then we disagree.
Can you explain the thought process on the intentional walk with
Turner?
Turner? At 1-2 on the count.
So let me ask you a question. Is there some question about whether that was a good move or not?
I guess at 1-2 is the question at the count.
Do you know what he hits against left-hand pitching with 1-0-1 or 2 strikes? Do you know what he hits?
He does it well against him, right?
Well, you know what Muncy hits with 2 strikes against left-hand pitcher? I mean, is that really a question?
Yeah, really.
Because it was 1 and 2? Turner was a strike left against a left-hander is not something you can avoid if you can. And we had an open base, and Muncy happened to be the guy behind him, and that's a better matchup. Here again, somebody disagrees. That's the beauty of this game. Welcome to it. But that wasn't a tough call.
Was there a reason for waiting until 1-2 though? And not do it right away? Was there a reason to not do it right away and wait till 1-2?
Well, that's when the pitch got away.
What did you see on the 2 plays of Jake? Obviously, the fifth inning one was really hard to call, but what did you see from him there?
That's the second time where it's really not a routine play. The error is the error, and that's probably the way you should score it, but it's not a routine play. Happened the other day, too, remember? And the slow hit ball, kind of ate him up a little bit. I mean, believe me, he feels bad enough for everybody. But what did he do the next time up there? He really showed his substance, and we're lucky to have him. Errors are part of the game.
Is he feeling all right? You brought Yoan in late.
Yeah, he started cramping. And so he gave him a look, and he went like that, like he could get to home plate, which I was ready to go get him. But he told Josh he'd give us a thumbs up, but he was feeling cramps.
You often mention that you look at things other than pitch count for determining a guy. With Dylan throwing 45 in that inning, was the ball coming out in a way where you thought, you mentioned striking out Betts, so you thought he was still pretty good throughout?
Well, I mean, what's the score going in the inning?
4-0.
Huh?
4-0.
4-0. So he's gotten 4 shutout innings against the guy. He walked, which is not our favorite thing to do. Then he got an out, then he got in trouble, and he struck out Mookie. And actually, I think it was, Muncy he got behind Muncy and threw him a fastball and hit the double. So, I mean, the way I look at it too, he's pitching, it's his inning, We escaped that. He can be the pitcher of record on the good side, and there's nobody in the bullpen at that point that you really wanted to use in the 5th inning. As it was, we got Lopez and Foster for an out, which not the best way to use both those guys. But we had to get out of the inning. So, I mean, I looked at the way he pitched for 4 innings. I looked at how he went through the 5th. I looked at the way he competed. He did get 2 outs. Here again, I mean, this has been a good session because decisions like this, if somebody has a different opinion, I welcome it. I think it's a beautiful part of the game, but It wasn't tough to leave him in. It was tough to see him give up unearned runs. I mean, that's another thing you factor in, right? You factor in that the ball was hit. You know, we didn't get an out on that play, right? So.
Not to belabor the question comes up because of the count being one of the.
Yeah. And I answered the question. Turner with no strike, one strike, or two strikes is very dangerous against right and especially left. Now, if maybe Smith was hit behind him, it would have been a different thing. But Muncy's there, it's an easy call. I mean, it's easy for me to call for me. I mean, if Turner gives up a hit there, you know, I'd be walking into the lake or something, because that would have been stupid. And he did get ahead of Muncy, got behind him and threw a slider, didn't break. And to his credit, instead of trying to hook it, he played it. So, you know, I don't get surprised too often, but that one. I mean, does anybody in this room really think that Turner should have, even with the count, we should have gone after Turner? I would say that's no chance. Muncy's the guy to get out of the inning. We dismissed him. Okay.
Thank you for watching the Improbable podcast. Have a probably awesome rest of your day.